Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. It's here. Holiday season is upon us. My favorite time of the year. I am so excited. And I want to give this gift to you because everyone deserves to thrive in their life. Everyone deserves to be healthy. It is actually your birthright. And that's why I'm doing 25% off the entire site. Yes, I'm doing 25% off holistichumanperformance.co. Between our digital courses, one-on-one coaching and healings, our holistic beauty products, essential oil collections, you are getting an automatic 25% off everything. And this goes from now until Cyber Monday. I hope you give the gift of health and wellness to yourself and to the others you care about, you love. It's time we all tapped into our innate wisdom of health and going on this healing journey together. It's all about the we, and I'm here with you, and let's thrive together. I'll put all of the link in the show notes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale. Welcome. We got a solo episode with your girl today. I really have, it's more of a channeled message, to be honest with you, because I've really been noticing a pattern right now. We're about to, at the time of this recording, we're about to head into a super full moon, which the energy is just so heavy. And I wanted to get into some practices to kind of help you during the times of heaviness, during the times of feeling like you want to give up, you're not sure where to go, you're not sure where to turn, and just some insight as to maybe why you've been feeling this way. Although you don't really need to know the why every single time. It's just something that can help you kind of wrap your logical brain around, perhaps, even though this is going to be more of the spiritual aspect of it. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're in Scorpio season, deep transformation. We're headed into, again, at the time of this recording, we're headed into the super full moon, and it's really asking you to put down the backpack. You've been carrying a really big backpack, and it's time to put it down. That's just bringing you burdens. That's bringing the heaviness, the physical tension and rigidity. And there's so much that goes into it. But these are all the things that you learned and picked up from childhood, from the environment you grew up in, which, again, we come into this lifetime. This is what I believe personally. As a soul, before we come into this 3D human form, we choose circumstances, our families, our parents, our siblings, our work environment. We choose all of these different things. And again, it's just to help us evolve on a soul level. That's what you needed to do here in this lifetime. And you hear me talk about this a lot. This is what I do as a coach and a healer is help you kind of combine the science and spirituality aspect of life, combine health and purpose, right? It's all interwoven. And I break this down into different pillars in your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and energetic buckets. That's what I dive deep into with my teachings. And from there, under these different buckets, there's so many different tools that you can utilize. Today, we are going to actually be talking about, because we're headed into holiday time. We're headed into the holidays where I'm at. We're headed into Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. We're headed into holiday time, and we're headed into winter season with where I'm at, okay? And some things are probably going to come up because whenever we shift into a new season, you there's new things that need to be evaluated, to be looked at, to be brought to light. Okay. The shadow work that comes with this is very deep. Okay. Now, part of the shadow work, and shadow work is not a bad thing. Everyone thinks it's bad. It's not. It's those shadow aspects of yourself that you didn't want to bring light to, those wounds, those scars on so many different levels, whether they be physical or energetic. Okay. These scars that we've been carrying for so long. Part of that when it comes to really like the spiritual energetic aspect is ancestral lineage, ancestral healing, and breaking these cycles. So sometimes you can be going through something and being like, well, I don't understand, like why this is not something that I believe, but yet it's playing out in my life. Like, for example, this is I heard this analogy and example the other day, and I think it's absolutely perfect. And I cannot remember who said it, but credit to somebody on Instagram. I love how she put this. Let's just say, because a lot of people talk about money, right? Finances, struggles with finances, lack and scarcity. She was discussing debt. And so many people in America have debt. I mean, the way that we view it is, whether it's good or bad or neutral, right? I have debt. I don't view it as a bad thing. I don't even think about it because the debt that I was in got me to this point. I invested in myself, okay? And that's like not even an issue. It's gonna be gone anyways. So when you look at debt, it's the accumulation of really like all of your ancestors, all of that debt, lack, and scarcity. Just you're the cycle breaker now in this lifetime. And that debt is really like a signification. Is that a word? I don't even know. It signifies your lineage, the debt that your ancestors have carried, and now you're breaking that cycle. And whether you break it or not is really like free will and on your accord. So that's the way that I look at it. And the best example that I have for you, it's like, why me? Why is this happening to me? That is victimhood consciousness. And we need to shift out of that and look at it like, oh, I could break like a generational cycle and trauma and change the outcome for my future children, generations to come, myself, my sister, my whatever it is, my family. Like you have the willpower to do that. And most of us are cycle breakers that are in this moment, in this time, and it adds up on a macro level to a micro level. So the macro level is universal, and then it trickles down to us, which we are the micro level. And we have, different levels to this shit. The higher powers, whatever they are, that aka the government, that really just they put their hand in a lot of things, right? And then there's the elites that are on that level. And these things that we may not think about, but it's real and not fear mongering. It's just something that when you do your work, you help and have that ripple effect to break. And things are being so exposed right now. I mean, that's why the heaviness is happening. The super full moon is so dense right now. We're in Scorpio season, deep transformation. If you need to learn more about Scorpio season, go check out I think it's like episode 96 or 7 with Jake Santora and I, and we're talking about Scorpio season. Go listen to that, give you more insight on that. But this is at like the cookie must crumble. The old ways of living, the traditions, the belief systems, the just the darkness of it all, the heaviness of it all, it's got to go. We're rebuilding now as we enter the age of Aquarius. It's a we mentality. Okay. So things are very much shifting and quite rapidly. I'm not going to lie to you. So if you don't, I hate to say this, but if you aren't doing that inner work, if you're not working on yourself daily, you are gonna fall to the wayside and you're gonna enter a totally different universe reality that you're not gonna be happy with. And it's it's not possible to like move forward in this new earth if you're not willing to work on yourself. Um, you have the choice. You could choose your hard, whether you want to be stuck in victimhood, survival mode, suffering, or you can move forward and you can thrive and you can live a blissful, happy, easy, right? Even if there's chaos going on, you could still have inner peace. I think a lot of people get that confused where they're like, it's not peaceful around me. I just want peace. I just want peace. Babe, that's an inside job. You got to go internal if you want to find peace. That's not anybody else's job but yours, regardless of your circumstance. Listen, I'm a straight shooter, I'm very direct. And this may be triggering. I mean, I can't help you with that. That's something that you need to look at. So we need to really look at where we're at. Are we happy with where we're at in our lives? Did we accomplish the things we set out to do this year as we enter into 2025? If not, all good. You have tomorrow, hopefully, right? But choose to act differently, choose to think differently, choose to be different. You have to look at that. And this will help you when you are going into the holiday season and maybe you have to be around people that are just not ideally for you. And really just sticking with your boundaries, really making sure you're cleansing your energy daily, you're protecting your energy daily. I have a ton of those energetic exercises and protection meditations in the Wellness Center. Go check that out. I'll leave that in the show notes. You get a 5-day free trial. And I mean, it's so helpful to know that you have the power to cleanse your energy and you don't need to absorb other people's suffering, other people's negativity, toxicity. Like that doesn't need to be you. I mean, obviously, if you don't feel safe in a situation, don't go. That's like a completely different topic of conversation. But now, right, this needs to be said because a lot of people aren't, this isn't spoken about too often. Like, this is the uncomfortable part about a spiritual awakening and living a spiritual lifestyle. Like, not everybody's going to be on board with it, including your family and friends. They're going to look at you like you're probably crazy. And that's okay. But you have to know that if you're doing these healthy, helpful habits daily, I mean, let's be real. It's gonna pay off and they're not gonna like that. You shine your light brightly and it's moths drawn to that light. So as you shine brighter, you will attract more darkness, and that's okay. So just that's where the key aspect of doing your inner work, doing the healing work, doing the cleansing and protection of your energy. So you're not like you're a channel. That's not getting stuck to you, especially if you are a coach and a healer and you are like hands-on with people, like you are taking on other people's energies. You need to be able to channel it and transmute it so you're not taking that on, right? On top of your stuff that you're dealing with. So, prep yourself for the holidays. Work on your mindset, work on your boundaries, work on your energy, cleanse that shit out. Work on these energetic exercises that are so transformational. I mean, when I started doing them, my entire life changed. Like I've never felt better. Sure, are days hard? Or really, like, do I have bad days? Yeah. But I give myself the space to work through it. And most of the time when you are having a day where you are more emotionally charged, like you want to give yourself the space, but you don't want to hold on to it. So maybe you give yourself 15 minutes. Maybe it's like really like, you're going through grief and it's a really hard time during the holidays. Maybe you give yourself a day or two, right? To cry it out, to feel it. And I'm not saying to force that, right? Like I'm only saying if it's coming up and you're noticing it and there's this underlying like energy frequency happening that you're like I should probably like deal with this, like do that, like deal. Now's the time, basically, like start to cleanse your shit out. Breath work is a really great way to do it. Active meditations. I'm going to be having a 4-week nervous system regulation and reset program coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. I've just been seeing it's very much a need right now and people are desperately needing it. When you regulate your nervous system, you change your entire life. You're not reactive, you're responding, you're not taking on other people's shit, you have your boundaries like set in stone. So that's something to take into account. Now, on the flip side, when you're going through this spiritual awakening, transformation, your family's not on your side, you have to go to the holidays with them. You don't need to be like telling people about your stuff. Like, who cares? You know that you're doing your thing and you're making a difference in the world and you're leaving a legacy. Who gives a shit what anybody says, right? You're just there, do your thing, hi bye. And then, that's it. You don't take on any of that. Because you know that they aren't ready to understand what you're talking about. They don't understand the way that you're living. As long as it's helping you and not harming you and harming other people, then it doesn't matter, truly, because this stuff works. It really does. Now, here's where you'll start to notice as you become more awake. You'll notice the ancestral trauma cycles and bullshit that comes along, and you can see it very clearly. You have a whole new looking glass right now. Know that that is a whole different reality that they may choose to work on, they may not. It's it's in your free will to work on it yourself and know that you're healing that for them. And you're creating that inner peace, knowing that you are doing that work and you are helping your ancestors, you're helping future generations. So, it's much bigger than yourself. I know doing this work, I've seen a change so much in my family, and it's, some people it triggers them, some people it doesn't, and I don't really care because I know it's helped me so much. So, that's important to realize too when you are going through this deep healing work, transformation, shedding of the old, stepping into the new. Know that you will trigger people. Know that you like it's not personal. That's a them problem, not a you problem. You just have to have really what it is. You need to stand your ground. You need to be very confident with where you're headed in life and not let anybody's dirty feet enter your mind. So have that do not disturb sign up in your mind. Nobody else's dirty feet are allowed to walk around in your mind. Okay. So have that up. Keep that with you as you enter into the holidays. I have an ancestral healing meditation also in the virtual wellness center. And, utilize the tools that you have in your toolbox to help you along the way, even if it is a difficult time, and know that you have the ability to live with ease and thrive. Like, just because someone else is living in misery doesn't mean that you need to take that on. Even if it is your mother, even if it is your sister, even if it is your coworker, it doesn't matter. Do not take something on that is not yours to be taken on, because that right there will steer you off the track of where you're headed and the progress that you've made. So just, be aware and stand your ground, do your energetic cleansing and protection work every single day and night. It is so, I can't even describe to you how important it is. I've seen people take on other people's energies and for so long and become sick over it. It's like having an apple that is rotted and moldy and another apple that is, leaning on it. What ends up happening? That mold gets onto the other apple. So that is what you need to be just aware of as you go into the holidays and maybe being around people you don't want to be around. And again, if you feel uncomfortable or not safe, don't be around it. Stand your ground. So with that, again, I have so many resources to help you along this journey. The 4-week reset, the 4-week nervous system regulation and reset will be out soon. I'm so excited for that. It's life-changing work. And then if you need to go deep, you can head on over to any of my other programs. I have the Metaphysics Your Health course, the Body and Energetic attunement program, holistic nutrition and eating reset, energy reset. There's so many in there. Or if you need to go deep with one-on-one coaching and healing, you know where to find me. I'll put all the information in the show notes. I hope this was helpful for you as we enter into a time where it may be, not so great for you, not so happy, but know that you can create that inner peace and happiness regardless of who's around you. So I hope you enjoy. Happy holidays. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.